The law could not do in that it was weak through the flesh, God sending His own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh. Verse 4. That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Hallelujah, Jesus. God is good.
Thank you, Lord. All the time.
So then we are in pursuit of the things of the Spirit and not carnal things. Well, then we go back to that psalm that says, this law is more valuable to me than thousands of pieces of gold and silver. And gold and silver is pretty valuable right now. Hallelujah. Understanding this word, the reason it's more valuable than 1,000 pieces of gold and silver is because it will enable you to get that and retain it.
Glory.
You know, I don't know, there's an old saying, I don't even know if I get it right or not. You can feed a guy a fish, or you can teach him to fish, and he'll be fed from now on. It's basically what it's saying. And that's right. If you just take the gold and silver one time, you spend it, it's gone. You have no way to regain it. But if you get hold of this, and it comes to you by this means, then it's a continual flow. Even if you spend it, you can get more again. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. That's why you can't look at the world and be upset when the ungodly are prospering or appear to be. It's temporary. Yours is eternal. There's a huge difference. Because theirs perishes, but yours stays with you. Glory to God. Hallelujah. Look in Mark chapter 4. Y'all wonder, where is he going? What is he doing? I'll bring it home in a minute. But you'll have to have heard all this to get it at the end. Alright? Praise the Lord. Now, there'll be a short exam after the service tonight.
Praise the Lord.
So take good notes.
I'm taking mine. You can go ahead on.
Yes, it can be open book too. Mark 4, we have a parable here. Verse 3 says, Hearken, behold, there went out a sower to sow. And it came to pass, as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and the fowls of the air came and devoured it up. Some fell on stony ground, where it had not much earth, and immediately it sprang up, because it had no depth of earth. And when the sun was up, it was scorched, and because it had no root, it withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked it, and it yielded no fruit. And other fell on good ground, and did yield fruit that sprang up and increased, and brought forth some 30, and some 60, and some 100. And he said unto them, He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. Now skip down to verse 13. He said to them, his disciples, Know you not this parable? How then will you know all parables? Well, this must be the mother of parables, I would say. Because Jesus said, Do you not understand this parable? If you don't understand this one, how are you going to understand the other one?
That's right.
That's just in my English. So this one is an important parable, is what I'm saying. We're talking about the law of grace, we're talking about the law of wisdom, the laws of God that keep us from the snares of death, of the devil, and bring to us a fountain of life. Well, if this is the granddaddy of all parables, we need to look at it. Inside of this parable, I see two laws at work. The law of sowing and reaping. The sower went out to sow. Some of them Got it? Some at the end, reaped at the end. Then there's also a law of seed time and harvest at work.
That's right.
Hallelujah. That's important that you think about this thing, because where I'm going with it, it'll help you. The law of sowing and reaping, we're all familiar with it. Look in Galatians 6. Galatians 6 and verse 7 through 9. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man sows, that shall he also reap.
That's right.
For he that sows to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that sows to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. Do you see that? Okay, so first thing is, don't reason this away. I don't care how, whatever religious thoughts come to you, whatever secular thoughts come to you. God emphatically says, in this case, do not be deceived. Whatever you sow, there'll be a reaping. Okay? The choice, though, comes back to you. And that choice being, if you want to sow to your flesh, you'll reap corruption. So my flesh, sowing fleshliness, listen now, sowing fleshliness reaps problems.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Did God make the problem?
No.
Sowing fleshliness reaps problems.